led by his most sinister generals. Whitemane, Witch of the Hollow. Maiev, Spider Warden. The Phantom Knight, Zarya. Alexstrasza, Aspect of Undeath. What say you, heroes? When darkness falls, will you cower in fear? Or will you stand and fight?
Hi everybody, I'm Steve from the Heroes of the Storm Battlegrounds team. The team has been busier than ever recently with Alterac Pass and then Hanamura Temple, and today we're talking about the Garden of Terror rework, which we hope to put in your hands soon. The team really likes the theme and fantasy of Garden of Terror, but we understand that some of its gameplay mechanics can provide some opportunities for frustration for a lot of players. This reworked version of the map seeks to remove those frustrations by relying on some familiar gameplay mechanics. Let's take a look.
Gone are the day-night cycle and the Garden Terror vehicle. Spread across the new gardens are 6 seed spawning locations. Occasionally, a seed will emerge at one of these locations, guarded by a set of Shambler defenders. Once the Shamblers are dispatched, the seed can be channeled and gathered by either team. Seeds will continue to spawn in this manner until either team gathers 3 in total, closing out the objective and initiating its reward. When the 3rd seed is gathered, 3 Garden Terrors will immediately spawn and burrow to the front line of the winning team's lanes, bolstering their pushing efforts. To further their forward momentum, these new Terrors utilize the familiar Overgrowth ability, which disables enemy towns, as well as a large AoE stomp attack. Once summoned, the Terrors continue to push down their lanes until they are destroyed or claim victory at the enemy's core. If all Terrors are defeated, the battleground will experience a brief reprieve before the seed phase returns and the race to acquire 3 starts all over again. The seed event should be very familiar to players who enjoy Cursed Hollow, and we can expect a lot of the same strategies to come into play. Likewise, the Garden Terrors themselves are reminiscent of web weavers from Tomb of the Spider Queen and should be dealt with accordingly. Keep in mind, the mercenaries on this battleground are largely unchanged and remain an important step toward victory. Timing a combined attack on a seed location will almost always involve taking 1 or more merc camps, and mercs make excellent companions for Garden Terrors, which disable enemy fortifications. Welcome to the new Garden of Terror. We hope you enjoy what we've done to the landscaping. Let us know what you think about the changes, and we'll see you in the Nexus. What's up, everybody? It's Kevin from the Heroes Dev team, here to present design changes coming for the Queen of Blades. When it comes to changes for Kerrigan, the team looked to add more tactical depth to her abilities alongside her notorious QWE combo, and we hope these changes raise the impact of her talent selection on her playstyle, as well as increase the number of compositions and battlegrounds upon which Kerrigan is powerful. Let's take a look. Kerrigan's Q ability, Ravage, now has 2 charges at the cost of reduced range. This will allow more aggressive players to leapfrog their way to disrupting the enemy backline. In addition, any kills on heroes or minions will refund the charge as well as the mana cost of the ability. At level 4, Sharpened Blades is a quest talent that increases the damage done by Ravage for every enemy killed by it. In addition, Kerrigan has 2 talents at level 7 that provide beneficial options for the use of Ravage. Queen of Blades reduces the cooldown on her Q for every hero she pulls with Primal Grasp. And Boundless Fury refunds charges of Ravage when Kerrigan jumps to different enemy heroes. Her E ability, Primal Grasp, further increases Kerrigan's lethality with AoE damage. Shortly after use, a burst of energy will explode out from Kerrigan, damaging all nearby enemies. This ability allows Kerrigan's combo to output even more damage, provided she sticks to her enemies. Kerrigan's ultimate, Summon Ultralisk, now has an additional skill shot. When cast, an Ultralisk will burrow out from Kerrigan's location and stun the first enemy hero it smashes into. Regardless of whether the ability makes contact, the Ultralisk will begin to attack the nearest enemy. This skill shot is in addition to the ability's previous functionality, allowing Kerrigan to micromanage the Ultralisk's target. At level 13, the Chrysalis talent provides Kerrigan a quick save. When activated, Kerrigan will encase herself in a hardened shell that protects against a set amount of damage, and heals her for however long she remains protected by it. With new functionality, in addition to a more versatile kit, Kerrigan's enemies will bow to the Queen of Blades or suffer her wrath. Be sure to leave us a comment or subscribe to Heroes of the Storm around the web, and we'll see you in the Nexus.
Never cross the Queen.
What's up, everybody? It's Kevin from the Heroes Dev Pit, back again with a hero update video for Brightwing. The design team has made adjustments to her base kit alongside her talent tree to add more playmaking potential when it comes to supporting her team, alongside her persistent efforts to excel at murder. We're hoping these changes give her a more nuanced and active role on the battlefield, so let's take a look. Brightwing's trait, Soothing Mist, still passively heals nearby heroes, but now has an activatable cleanse on the D key. When cast, the ability will remove most negative status effects, including slow, stun, and root. Keep in mind that unlike other cleanses, Soothing Mist does not grant the unstoppable status. In addition, the ability has a long cooldown, so make sure to hold on to it for just the right occasion. Her Q ability, Arcane Flare, has been retooled to reward skillful play. Enemies caught in the center of Arcane Flare will allow Brightwing to immediately pulse Soothing Mist without triggering a cooldown. In addition, the projectile on Arcane Flare has been sped up to reach its target faster. Brightwing's Phase Shift now heals baseline. When teleporting to a friend, she will now heal the target for a large percentage of their maximum health upon arrival. Hyper Shift, Brightwing's level 1 talent, increases the heal on Phase Shift and reduces its cooldown for enemy minions killed nearby. Phase Out, Brightwing's level 16 talent, is her own version of Ice Block. When cast, Phase Out provides the Fairy Dragon a brief moment of invulnerability. Though the ability window is brief, the cooldown is quick, allowing Brightwing to get herself out of trouble more often. Brightwing's level 20 talent, Invisible Friends, upgrades her Blink Heal Heroic. When used, Brightwing teleports to a friend, heals them, and grants stealth to her and her ally. While the ally remains in stealth, they will continue to receive a small heal over time. This effect remains until stealth is broken. Brightwing, everyone's favorite little fairy dragon, has some new magic on hand to keep her best friends safe and turn her enemies to lunch. Make sure to leave us a comment or subscribe to Heroes of the Storm around the web, and we'll see you in the Nexus.
Did you suffer greatly? I hope so.
Long ago, Mephisto, Lord of Hatred, was captured by the Herodrum and sealed within one of 3 soul stones. But his imprisonment was part of a grander plan. Over the course of centuries, Mephisto corrupted the Zakharum priests who were watching over him, manipulating them into freeing him and his primeval brethren. The sinister effects of Mephisto's hatred follow him wherever he goes, whether it be the confines of a soul stone or the cosmos of the Nexus. Mephisto is a ranged assassin who excels at dealing sustained area damage and evading crowd control. Mephisto's trait is Lord of Hatred. Hitting enemy heroes with his basic abilities lowers their cooldown for each hero they hit. Lord of Hatred allows Mephisto to deal a lot of damage as long as he casts his abilities at the right time and hits multiple heroes with each usage. Skull Missile is Mephisto's first basic ability. He conjures an ethereal skull and after a short delay launches it in the target direction, slowing and damaging all enemy heroes in its path. It serves as an effective poke and makes it difficult for enemies to escape from Mephisto's other abilities. Lightning Nova provides Mephisto with another way to deal area damage. He creates a ring of lightning around himself that damages enemy heroes for as long as they are in contact with it. Lightning Nova's damage is increased for each hero it hits. In the right position, Mephisto can inflict some serious pain. Mephisto's final basic ability is Shade of Mephisto. When cast, Mephisto teleports to the target location and deals damage in a small area around him. A Shade of Mephisto stays in his original location until he teleports back to it a short time later. With clever usage, Mephisto can finish off a retreating hero, dodge area damage, and avoid CC. Consume Souls, Mephisto's first heroic ability, reveals all enemy heroes while he's channeling. When the channel completes, all revealed heroes are damaged and slowed. It can act as a powerful finishing move when his basic abilities are unable to kill his enemies. If the damage from Consume Souls doesn't kill Mephisto's enemies outright, his allies will know where to find them and finish the job. Durance of Hate provides Mephisto with a powerful disruption tool. A short time after it is cast, Mephisto unleashes a horde of evil spirits in the target direction, damaging and rooting the first enemy hero they hit. The spirits fan out in search of other nearby enemy heroes, damaging and rooting them as well. A well-timed Durance of Hate can swing an entire team fight in Mephisto's favor.
You are too late!
Mephisto is all about positioning and choosing the right moment to strike. The greater the number of enemy heroes he hits with each of his basic abilities, the more often he can cast them. Lightning Nova in particular has the potential to deal high amounts of damage over the course of a match with the right tactics. Take advantage of clumped up enemy teams, especially when their movement is hindered. Using Shade of Mephisto in clever ways can deal area damage while maintaining an escape route. Mephisto will return to his Shade's location even if he is stunned or otherwise incapacitated, allowing him to be more aggressive than other ranged assassins. At level 13, Mephisto gains access to the Hysteria talent, which upgrades Lord of Hatred to also reduce the cooldown of his heroics. At level 20, the Consumed by Hatred talent causes Consume Souls to be recast if its initial damage kills an enemy hero. Combining these two talents allows Consume Souls to be cast far more often, leaving Mephisto's enemies nowhere to hide. At level 20 is the Shade Lord talent, which significantly upgrades Shade of Mephisto. Not only does it let Mephisto switch places with his Shade, but it also gives him access to all of his level 7 talents, transforming Shade of Mephisto into a workhorse ability that slows enemy heroes, grants him armor and movement speed, and enables some amazing plays. Mephisto, the most cunning of the primevals, has set his insidious plans in motion once again. all will soon bend to his will, or they will succumb to his hatred. Make sure to leave us a comment or subscribe to Heroes of the Storm on YouTube, and we'll see you in the Nexus. What's up, everybody? I'm Kevin from the Heroes dev team, and as many of you are probably aware, back in August, we pulled Hanamura from the BG roster in order to address some gameplay issues on the battleground. Well, we're done tinkering, and we're ready to get it back into your hands. The TLDW, for those that just want the high level, we've shifted the objective from 2 competing payloads to a single contested one, and we've opened up the core to direct attacks from your team. For those that want a few more details, stick around. Let's jump into it. The original version of Hanamura had payloads on the top and bottom of the map that both teams controlled separately, dividing player attention and action across the field of battle. Now, Hanamura has shifted to a single, centralized objective, including an isolated payload that is contested by enemy teams as they look to escort it in opposing directions. This payload functions by almost all the same rules the previous versions did. The main difference between this iteration and its previous is the fact that if a payload is left unattended by your team, it will no longer drift backwards, removing forward progress, but will instead remain in its current position until either escorted again by your team or picked up by your enemy to push in the opposing direction. Winning the objective on the updated version of Hanamura will no longer deal straight damage to the core without attacking forts and keeps first. Hanamura payloads will deal damage to enemy fortifications until all forts and keeps are down, then they will begin prioritizing the core. Alongside the change allowing direct attacks to the core, teams can now couple their use of the objective with a variety of other pushing strategies in their ultimate pursuit of victory. Pushing a payload to its destination will reward the pushing team and reset the objective. The team that was successful in the initial payload push will find that the path for their second attempt will shift, becoming a greater challenge than the first. The path will adjust a final time upon a second successful push, making the third attempt even more difficult. This pattern will reset to the first path should your game encounter a fourth objective. Mercenaries have also shifted a bit in this update, though the original turret camps remain unchanged. We have removed the healing camps and the Mega Enforcer and have added Sentinel siege camps. These large units push down lanes with the support of a strong cleave attack. We have also replaced our standard vision watchtowers with a new set of mercs we're calling a recon camp. When captured, these camps provide the same vision functionality of our traditional watchtowers, but instead of merely standing uncontested in the area to counter-capture them, you must take out the mercenaries positioned there instead. This new version of Hanamura brings with it a heavy focus on team fighting. You may find that the standard split-push strategies are even a bit more challenging to pull off. Controlling the recon camps at the top and bottom of the map will provide a significant amount of control to your team, so be sure to prioritize them to get a leg up on your opponent. Keep in mind that capturing these camps will also grant experience alongside their vision benefit. Due to the predictability of the objective pathing, Hanamura is a map where setup heroes like Deckard Cain have an opportunity to truly shine. The payloads progress slowly, so even if you happen to suffer an engagement loss to control them, don't give up. Res, regroup, and get back in the fight to try again before your enemy can complete their escort. Hanamura is back and ready for action. We'd love to get your feedback on all the changes, so hop into some games and let us know what you think. Don't forget to follow Heroes of the Storm around the web, and we'll see you in the Nexus.
Bind these mercenaries into our service. What are you doing? Is this all you do? Oh, please. Fine. Oh. Ugh, I've known much better healers. Finally. Acceptable.
You are too late. None can hide from the Lord of Hatred.
Yes, we are in a good thing together. You are a good person. Yay!
Just the way I like it.
Indubitably.
I will reveal what the future holds.
My realm stands in defiance of the Raven Lord. Now his armies assail us, led by his most sinister generals. Whitemane, Witch of the Hollow. Apaem, Spider Warden. The Phantom Knight, Zarya. Alexstrasza, Aspect of Undeath. What say you, heroes? When darkness falls, will you cower in fear? Or will you stand and fight?
Hi everybody, I'm Steve from the Heroes of the Storm Battlegrounds team. The team has been busier than ever recently with Alterac Pass and then Hanamura Temple, and today we're talking about the Garden of Terror rework, which we hope to put in your hands soon. The team really likes the theme and fantasy of Garden of Terror, but we understand that some of its gameplay mechanics can provide some opportunities for frustration for a lot of players. This reworked version of the map seeks to remove those frustrations by relying on some familiar gameplay mechanics. Let's take a look.
Gone are the day-night cycle and the Garden Terror vehicle. Spread across the new gardens are 6 seed spawning locations. Occasionally, a seed will emerge at one of these locations, guarded by a set of Shambler defenders. Once the Shamblers are dispatched, the seed can be channeled and gathered by either team. Seeds will continue to spawn in this manner until either team gathers 3 in total, closing out the objective and initiating its reward. When the 3rd seed is gathered, 3 Garden Terrors will immediately spawn and burrow to the front line of the winning team's lanes, bolstering their pushing efforts. To further their forward momentum, these new Terrors utilize the familiar Overgrowth ability, which disables enemy towns, as well as a large AoE stomp attack. Once summoned, the Terrors continue to push down their lanes until they are destroyed or claim victory at the enemy's core. If all Terrors are defeated,
Итак, уважаемые зрители Agon Лиги, я от лица коллектива и, в принципе, от себя как стримера приношу свои извинения и жду вас завтра. В это же время, надеюсь, что все игры состоятся. Удачных вам каток, ну и, конечно, побед. С вами был Винтихэд, хоть и недолго. Пока.